There's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
This is Aaron from Black Rock Candy, and you're watching BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have Aaron from Black Rock Candy, and they have released their new single entitled Trouble and their previous single entitled Honey. These are out right now, and you want to go pick these up. And definitely give this band a shot. So, Aaron, how you doing? Welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Good. How are you, man?
Doing great. How excited are you to have these new singles out right now?
Oh, very excited. Something that we've worked on, these two singles. So we've probably put the most work in anything that we've done in our upcoming EP. We're putting in a lot of work, a lot of hours into it. So seeing these two singles come out has been such a great, success and accomplishment.
For my listeners who doesn't know, Black Rock Candy was a cover band at one point. When did the band decide to write actual songs of your own?
Okay, so the band was a thing for about 7 years. I joined about 4 or 5 years ago, and I did about a year of covers with them, and then we decided we want to do more. But we still actually do covers sometimes. That's how we fund all of our all of our albums, our tours and stuff. It's all funded through cover gigs and the money we make from those.
Was there a little nervousness releasing just your own music and not doing so much covers? Was there a little nervousness about this at all, or no? Or
I think we were all just really excited to take that next step into writing our own music. I think we were all kind of starting to get a little tired of the covers, and we wanted to do our own thing. We had all these ideas. So
what led the song Honey to be that first song released from this upcoming EP? What was it about that said, that needs to go out first?
It was kind of just, we were writing all these songs, and it just came together, and we were just like, that's the first one. It all came together really nicely. And all the songs that we were writing at the time, it felt like the one that should go out first. So that's why it went out first. Trouble
was filmed at Break Room in LA by cinematographer Eric Crane and produced and directed by, and I hope I pronounced their name correctly, Ali Para. How was working with these folks on this, and did they get exactly what you all were looking for?
Oh, 100%. And they were the nicest people. It was such a pleasure working with them. And the music video, speaks for itself. It's so awesome to watch. And when I do rewatch it, I relive the filming of it and just the good time that was. So.
How's the fans' feedback been, Aaron, on the release of these new singles, Honey and Trouble? What are you guys seeing back that's fueling your fire, so to speak?
Out of both of them, Trouble is definitely getting the most of the people who are like, this song is amazing. Even we think that. We're like, man, Trouble is just that song really came together as well. And so when we get fans and stuff that are like, we love that song, the new singles. Most people like the new singles a lot because we're going kind of in a more alternative route, and I think it's more mainstream and what people are looking for these days. So we see more interaction with those songs than our other ones for sure.
Did the band add anything differently on this EP musically than what fans are going to be accustomed to hearing from Black Rock Candy?
Well, if you listen to our first album, it's a lot of different things, and I feel like we just condensed it all into a new kind of alternative, kind of mainstream kind of sound. So it's still going to have some soloing and still have really cool hard riffs and stuff. So it's not too far off. It's just maybe a little harder.
So do you like this direction that you guys are going in and still scratching that box, possibly to go out of your sound?
100%. I'm all about changing up, and I like punk music, and that's kind of another of the directions of the alternative that we're going, is like that pop punk kind of sound, and I love that stuff. And yeah, so I love the direction that we're going.
Do you think it's harder nowadays for up and coming bands to get recognized since there's so much of this saturated out there, even to get a chance? Do you think that it's harder now, possibly?
I think it is. I think it is. It's a little bit more of, you got to be really willing to grind for a very long time. And I didn't grow up in like the 80s or the 90s, so I don't really know, but there was definitely more of a calling for rock now. And now it's just kind of like rock is kind of getting pushed to the back. So it's kind of like you have to work even harder than they had to work in order to get your name out there. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you're really passionate about something, I believe that you can accomplish it.
Yeah, it's like a little revolving door. It's like rock will go away for a while, then it comes back. And it just, for some reason, it transitions like that. And I don't know why. And you said exactly the same thing right there. I have no explanation for it, but man, it never dies. It will never go away.
It won't. It's kind of taking the back right now, but I really do believe it is going to make a huge comeback, especially with these rap artists who are starting to like take pop punk influences. I've been seeing it a lot more, and it's just tripping me out. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going back to 2000s era pop punk now. I guess that's what's going on.
Man, no one will ever know about like listening to Dre's, the Chronic, the original Chronic. And then you have like NWA, all those guys, and you have Wu-Tang Clan, all those guys. I mean, it's like that was, man, I soaked that up and I thought it was so good. It was just, for me, I'm a metal guy, and I'll say it's true through and true. I do like some rap, man, and those artists, man, it was just like a breath of fresh air or something new to listen to.
Something different from all the other stuff, right?
What's it mean as a band to have your upcoming second EP that's going to be released, especially in today's music world? Because like we just said, it's hard, but to have two, some don't even get that far as the one EP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely I can't believe that we're here. Even when we released our first album, I was like, wow, I can't believe we just were able to do that. I mean, it was so much time, money, effort, getting it all together, figuring it out, writing the songs. And now that we have like our next round of music, it's like, whoa, like we're really doing this. And I don't know, it's just that sense of accomplishment, I guess.
Would you ever see this band, since you're going to have these two EPs out, just releasing a full length with all these on them, or no, or just if you eventually release a full length, it'll be just new songs?
Well, what we're doing right now is we've realized that in this new kind of era of music, singles do a lot better. And when you release a full length album, people tend to not listen as they used to and listen first song to last song. They'll skip songs and pick the ones that they like and whatever. So we decided, like, if we're writing these songs and we think all of them are strong, we should just condense them into an EP. So like 5 songs. So that way it'll give us more of a chance for people to interact with all of them and not just pick out the ones that they want to.
Do you feel this new EP has to come out strong for the band?
Yeah, I believe it does. I believe even with the change of sound, and because we're kind of stepping back, our fans are used to that sound. So now we're going to change it up. So it has to be strong, I believe, and it has to make people go, oh, wow, I like this even better. I like this direction. So yeah, they have to be strong.
What does each of you bring to this band that makes the chemistry just work? Because chemistry is very key to this, and it has to gel. So what's that chemistry with all of you?
It is just, we've been friends for so long. And after playing with them for so many years, I mean, I knew them when I was still in middle school. So we've grown up together, and just being around each other and joining the band and being with them, the guitarist and the singer are sisters. So they already have that connection. It's just there. After a while of just being around each other, it's like that whole energy that's around us is just connects,
So when you joined the band, man, did you ever think, Aaron, that you guys would be at this point of releasing EPs and plus, getting some tours and everything?
No, never. I to help them out. They lost their drummer, and they're like, "Can you come help us out with doing these cover gigs and stuff?" And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't think I was anywhere. I never thought I'd be here talking about the release of my of our like new songs, it's a little surreal, to be honest. Never dreamed of this, but it's been crazy, especially going on that tour was ridiculous. It's like, wow, as we're driving, I'm like, I can't believe we're here going to all these different states, you know, playing all these places, meeting all these people. It's just been a great experience.
Has this opened up more doors for Black Rock Candy, you think?
Yes, yeah, we've met many people, and we're just getting connected as Black Rock Candy and everywhere, and we've definitely grinded our way into getting different doors open for us, I guess you could say.
Was there a song for the EP that totally ended up sounding different than it was intended to? Possibly.
Actually, Trouble sounded way different when we were writing it, and then when we got close to the recording of it, we decided we don't like the riff anymore, so we pretty much scrapped the entire song, and it became what it is now. So yeah, no, Trouble was a lot different than it sounds now. So
any track standing out more to you than any right now on the EP? I mean, I know these are your guys' babies, but are there any that are sticking out for you possibly?
So far, we haven't recorded our other ones yet.
Okay.
So I say so far, Trouble is the one that sticks out to me the most. I mean, even playing that song live and in all the places that we played it, it's just the energy is always there, and people always love the song. So I'd have to say that one definitely sticks out to me.
So I know you just mentioned that some of these songs are not even recorded yet. That's slated to be recorded for the EP, but are there any songs that did not make this EP so far we could see on another EP album, or maybe just a standalone single from you all possibly?
Yes, I really hope so. There's this one song that that was being written in 5/4, and it was just really cool off kind of riff, almost like a Led Zeppelin-y type thing. And I thought it was super cool. And I hope we revisit it in the future as a single. I think it could really do something, in my opinion.
Is the track listing placement important for your EP or album releases going forward, or no?
Yeah, well, it's important for me. I think that the track list shows what order you're supposed to listen to the songs in. It's not just supposed to be like thrown around. I mean, if you had a vinyl, you'd want it to play your songs in order, right? So that's kind of how I see it. So it's important to me, and I think we should do it a certain way.
Is it a collaborative effort, or does one person usually take the lead for the writing?
We kind of all just sit in a room and write. Our first album was written. The guitarist would come over to my house, and then we'd write the guitar part together, and then I get on my drums, and then we'd figure that out, and then we'd kind of take the song to our producer, Michael Anderson, and then we'd work out the little things, and our singer will write the melody, but we'd all kind of collaborate on it. So we all kind of do our parts, and this EP is a little different. It's more of just the guitarist is writing the guitar parts with our producer, and we're just kind of waiting for the songs. And I'm gonna write my drum part over it, and singer's gonna put her melody over it.
So speaking of producer Michael Anderson, working with him, did he get something out of you all that maybe somebody else might not have gotten possibly?
100%. His eye is crazy. The stuff that he can see, the melodies that he sees. And when we first took our first songs to him, we were shocked at how elementary our songs sounded. He was able to get his hands on them. He just was able to take us in that direction, that next step, you know? Like we had something that we were like, this is cool. And he's just like, let's just take it and elevate it. Like small things too. Like there's a little, in terms of drums, there's a drum part in one of our songs, all too much, that I didn't hear, but he was able to, he was like, there's just something that's supposed to be there. And it ended up, and it was just like, it fit perfectly. And now it's like one of the high points of the song. So it's just stuff like that he's added that's been so amazing.
So I want to jump back here for just a moment about the EP. Was there anything on this EP that made it from the previous album possibly that didn't make that one?
No, we kind of wanted to go for a new sound. So we kind of scrapped anything. It took us a while to figure out even what we wanted to do for this next one, because we were, like I said, we're changing the sound, and we were like, we want to do something that's different. So no, nothing actually made it from our last effort.
What's the growth musically you've seen from yourselves working on this EP that impresses you the most, if anything, Aaron? What's that growth musically that's gotten better, possibly maybe tighter or music structure? What is it?
Getting better at our craft, in my opinion. Just getting better at songwriting in general, because we've hashed through many songs at this point, and just doing that has opened up. We hear different melodies now. Our producer showed us things when we were first coming in, and now we kind of know some of those things, and we're growing as well. So we're getting better at songwriting melody, and we know that melody is so important. So we actually all sit in a room sometimes and just hash out melody. So yeah, so I'd say melody is something that we've really tried to grow on, all of us, as a collective.
So we're going to throw Black Rock Candy out the window for just a few moments on these next two questions, because we're going to get to know Aaron here. We're going to get to know Aaron about his musical taste, what he likes here. If you could write an album equivalent to your favorite band's album, which album would that be, Aaron? Possibly.
This might sound kind of, but Avenged Sevenfold, either the stage or their new album. That's my favorite drummer of all time, and especially with their new album, they got super weird, and I just really dig that like difference, and they're not like going to that modern rock kind of field house. So I'd say if I was to sit down, I'd write something super weird. I'd either do something like that, or I'd do something like Stone Temple Pilots, Vatican Gift Shop, or Number 4. I'd do something around there as well. Those are kind of two albums I'm actually thinking about doing. And then with some friends of mine, we're gonna do a hardcore album. So we're gonna see what that's gonna do.
Oh wow, that'd be interesting to listen to, man. To see you go from Black Rock Candy and that style of music to something hardcore, that would be cool.
Well, I'm just a heavy music guy. I love like death metal, deathcore, metalcore. I love breakdowns. That's been my thing. And when we first were doing the first album, I was super inspired by Slayer. So I was trying to get my 30-second note double kicks in there, and it didn't work. And I'm so glad that but I was definitely very influenced by metal and thrash and all that stuff. That's like my music.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, when you're growing as a musician, when there's a certain style you love to play, but then you can actually transition over and play something else like you're playing right now.
Well, that's what's beautiful, is because I got into Brooks Wackerman's drumming, and he's like a punk guy, also jazz, also everything, whatever. But I've been listening to him a lot. I've been watch him all the time, and I was able to kind of take his style and infuse my own into it. And then I got some cool stuff on Trouble. Like I got this bell part that I love, that I was inspired by. I'm slowly being able to transfer the metal and punk stuff that I love into what Black Rock is doing.
If you could be a member in an iconic band, Aaron, and play one of their legendary shows, which band would it be and what show would it be, possibly?
I don't even know. I was not expecting that one. Maybe even Metallica, like one of their recent shows, and just playing in front of all of those people, playing these songs that have been iconic for years. That would be a good show.
One last question. When are we going to see this EP drop? We're going to be at the end of 2023, going into 2024. What's going on, possibly foreseeable future, maybe?
We're kind of looking towards summer of 2024 to release our EP, but we're thinking about also doing another single, or maybe even a couple singles before then. So that's kind of the plan right now.
Folks, Black Rock Candy has released their singles Trouble and Honey off their upcoming EP, and you definitely want to get out there and give this band a fair shot. And Aaron, my friend, how can folks stay in touch with Black Rock Candy, pick up these singles, everything under the sun for Black Rock Candy? How can you do that?
Well, Black Rock Candy on social media, blackrockcandy.com. You can find our stuff there, and you can find our merch there as well. So you can buy our CDs and all that. We're on Spotify, Apple Music. You can just type in Black Rock Candy, and you can find us everywhere.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up. You only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Please get out and check out our Facebook page as our podcast link and our YouTube link that I hope you guys and gals will go subscribe to if you like what I'm doing, and I hope you guys and gals do, because I like bringing this to you all. Also, get out and check out Black Rock Candy. Singles Trouble and Honey are out right now, and their upcoming EP is going to be released very soon. You definitely want to check out this band. So, Aaron, thank you so much for doing this podcast with me, man, and I wish you all nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you. You as well.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.